Hi, everybody. Well, I got a question for you. Why would you go to a lecture or an enrichment seminar on a cruise ship where they're talking about a topic that everyone's there to listen and hear, and all you do through the whole thing is talk so loudly that we can't even hear the guy on the microphone? Yeah, I don't get it. Today there was an enrichment seminar guy. He was talking about white sharks and what it's like to come face to face with white sharks all over the world, their migratory habits, their mating habits, the shark attacks, things like that. And if you've ever seen Jaws and you were terrified by Jaws, this is a really interesting, right? Shark Week on National Geographic is like the most popular week during the year for National Geographic. So there were a ton of people down there ready to hear this Mr. Graff, and he's been working with great white sharks for over 20 years. He names sharks, he has books out there. Really looking forward to this seminar, but apparently one couple decided that they just were there for the sake of being there, I guess. I think they were showing up for bingo that was going to be after the lecture. And so they decided they don't need to watch the seminar. In fact, they can talk about everything else in the world except what the seminar was about. They were talking about messages they got from home. They were talking about the next cruise port that we were going to visit. They were talking about dinner reservations. Then, after about 15 minutes of listening to them talk about that, instead of being able to hear what the shark guy was saying, even on a microphone in the lecture hall, two more people decided to join them, and they called them over, and then they had to take, how's your day going? Our day's going really good. We're getting ready for bingo. I got the red card, and I got this card, and I can't wait to do this, and I hope we win today. It would be so good. I can't wait for Fortuna Luck to be there. And I never win in bingo, but I play all the time. And just went on and on and on. And then another couple joined them and kept on this same conversation again, without a care about everybody else in the hall around them. Without a care. Completely oblivious that people are trying to listen to this gentleman's lecture that they might actually have shown up to this lecture for. But no, they just yep, all the way through. I don't think they shut up once in 40 minutes. Don't think they shut up once. They were searching on their phone, looking things up, texting messages, talking about the messages from home, all this stuff. Like, come on. Is there not a better place on an entire cruise ship that you could have done this? Is there not? Could you have maybe just waited a little bit while people were trying to hear this seminar? No. Apparently, some people are so caught up in themselves that it doesn't matter about the enjoyment of anybody else or even the respect of the gentleman giving the lecture. It was really, really frustrating to sit there. I mean, Tony and I just looked at each other, and I'm used to hearing this lately in some theater shows. I'm used to some people just not giving a darn and just yapping all the way through it, and making their own comments as if they're the show, etc., etc. But in a lecture, normally a lecture is there to listen. And these people did not give a damn about a single soul there. They really, really didn't. And at first I said, well, am I the only one? Are Tony and I the only one who's bothered by this? Maybe we're just being too sensitive. Maybe we're just being, annoyed that, the fact that we couldn't hear it. I mean, the guy's on the microphone, there's TVs all around, and all we see is the pictures and mumbling while we hear this conversation going on about 12 feet away from us. But everybody in our section kept turning around to them and looking at them every time they got louder and louder. You think if 5 or 6 different tables start turning around and staring at you during a lecture, maybe you're doing something wrong because you're not the person giving the lecture. So why are they staring at you? But as I said, some people are just completely oblivious and really don't give a dang about what other people think. And as cruise ships now have gotten more and more crowded, with cruising getting back to normal, and we don't have all these restrictions involved anymore, and people were so pent up we can't wait to get out there. And don't think it's not still happening, because 2023 we broke records at all these different cruise ports. Biggest record in history, right? For some places all around the United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, every place. Well, 2024 looks like it's already getting ready to pass that by a lot. With the new cruise ships coming on, being like the Icon is sold out pretty much almost a year in advance now if you want any sort of great cabin on board. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty ridiculous that so many people, we're so pent up for so long, we can't wait to get out. Even at the exorbitant costs and the exorbitant prices that things are right now, we're still willing to go. And the more and more of us are going in the crowded, more compact and crowded we are on the cruise ships, the more and more it's going to stand out when people disrupt other people on their cruise. And I think the cruise lines are now going to have to start monitoring places like the theater, like the game shows, like lectures, for people who are so loud that everybody else cannot enjoy what's going on. And I think they need to do something about it. Because what a lecture that I was really, really looking forward to. I love nature as a whole, and Shark Week is fun. It's a scary proposition to run into a white shark at any time, but I'm still fascinated by the creatures, and I was really looking forward to this. And from all accounts, it looked like a really good seminar. The only trouble is, I couldn't hear a dang thing. But guess what? I do know that woman had a purple card for bingo, and that person can't wait to play Deal or No Deal. Glad I went to the lecture to find that out.